Hey guys, I'm back with a new video today. In today's video, I'm going to be making a ranking list of the different characters in their different elements. So instead of making a full out tier list of DPS and so on, I'm going to make a more of an elemental based ranking list. Now, tier lists are kind of hard in this game because you can make a tier list on DPSs, what character goes best together, what character goes best solo, which is the best support, and so on and so on. So many tier lists you can make. I will make a full-fledged tier list later on, but this is just going to be a ranking on the different elements. So let's get right into it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys haven't already, and let's check it out. Now, as you guys can see on the left side, I have the different elements. We're going to start with Pyro, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to rank them by putting the character that I think is the best within Pyro first, and then go on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, depending on how many characters there are within that element. Now, it is my opinion, so it's going to be a little controversial. But I'll try to be as unbiased as possible and have as much objective opinion as possible. So let's get right into it. The first one is pretty easy. I think Pyro has the most characters right now. So the first one is easy. It is the Diluc. Diluc is a super strong character. You cannot go wrong with him if you have him in your team. He's going to be the main DPS mostly off your team. Pyro, he does both physical damage and good flame damage. He uses a great sword, so he can be super versatile against if you have to fight fire or pyro characters. Can't go wrong with him. Really good DPS, super fast attacks, and he's a 5-star. So, and he's super tall, so it's good for exploration too if you guys want him for that. But by far the best pyro right now in the game is Diluc. And let's move on to the second one. I'm going to try to keep it as short and fast as possible so you guys don't have to watch 1 hour. We'll save that for the next tier list video. The next one, I was debating a little bit. But it was between Li or Jinglang. But I'm going to put Jinglang as the second best pyro to have in your team. I think Jinglang is one of the best support characters in the game. Super nice ultimate attack, elemental burst attack, and super nice elemental skill. Meant to play as a support. I would not build her as a DPS, but as a support. She can work good with any team you want. Having the pyro damage in your team, always really nice. Just adding the pyro effect to your team. And it can also go good with Diluc, for example. If you have 2 fire, you get the pyros, you get the pyro attack bonus, and she can supply with both her skills. You can have her not out in the field at all, just use her skills and back out with your main DPS, and the skills will keep going. So it makes her super nice and super versatile as a support. That's why I put her on the second. And then of course third, the new character Klee. Now Klee doesn't want to go third. She's like, no, I'm not want to be third. I'm not going to be third. But Klee is a really good character. Now Klee came out recently with her new banner, and she has amazing skills. She can do really good high DPS from mid-range. She has her bombs, which she just puts out and does really good DPS. You can combine her with wind Anemo and do insane amount of damage with it, and super fast reset on her skills too. And then you have her ultimate, which is basically AoE damage from everywhere. Klee super strong. You can build a team around her too, and super versatile character overall. They're good for Pyro. Pyro is actually a really strong element. But that is the top 3. Let's move on to the next one, which is the boy Bennett. Now Bennett, first of all, when the game first started, I saw him as a mediocre, but I'm starting to like him more and more. He looks really like a side character, you know. He's nothing fancy, nothing flashy. His lines in the game aren't the best, but he's actually super useful. So he can use him as a healer, which is really nice, being able to get the and he has a damage buff too, depending on the HP of your ally, and he can work really good as a support character. You can also build him as DPS. I'm thinking about building him as DPS, but I'm keeping his support from now. Super strong buff that he gives to allies, increasing their attack or healing them if required to. So I like Bennett. Bennett definitely get a fourth place for me. And then at the last, we have Amber. Amber is an okay support character. She can do some long range damage. She has an aggro doll that she puts out that can explode some pyro damage. She has her long range attacks, but overall not recommended to gear her. Now you can build all these characters to be super strong, However, if they all have around the same gear, this is how usually I would rank them. So that is done with Pyro. That's my Pyro ranking. Let's go over to Cryo. Now Cryo doesn't have as many characters as Pyro so far. We have 3. So the 3 Pyro characters are really easy to rank. You have first of all, pretty easy, Chi-Chi. I'm not gonna say Kiki because this is already a controversial video. So I'm gonna just call her Chi-Chi for now. And Chi-Chi is super nice. A really strong healer, but also can do super good DPS. And being Cryo, she can add super conduct effect or freeze effect, which is really nice. My top 1 character to get right now in the game is Chi-Chi. I really want her. I think she's really strong. She can even build as a DPS and do insane amount of damage. Also apply the freeze effect to other characters if needed to, or the Cryo effect if needed to. Highly recommend using her. Is definitely by far the best Cryo character, and if not one of the best characters in the game. Second, we have Chongyun. Chongyun is a great sword user, does really good damage overall. Cryo overall is a really, like, I don't want to rank elements here, but Cryo overall is one of the most useful elements I think in the game right now, and he works really good with him because Cryo, as super conduct effects, decreases defenses, which lets him just slice through with his greatsword or claymore. So definitely the second strongest Cryo user. And then last we have Kea. Kea is an okay character, wouldn't recommend him. It's good to add a super conduct or freeze effect, but overall he's pretty okay. Skills are okay, it has a nice ultimate, but overall he is definitely ranked the least favorite of Cryo. Now he's good to have if you can combine him with somebody as a support character, but I would recommend leveling up to a high level, but keeping him as a support character is always nice. So that is Pyro and Cryo. Let's move on to Electro. Now Electro is going to be the most controversial. I think they have the exact same amount of characters as Pyro, but you guys know I made Razor, so this is going to be a little controversial, but I'll put Razor first. The reason I put Razor first, if you haven't watched my videos, is because he's an insane main DPS. I think he's underrated, and don't get mad at me guys for putting him first, okay? It is what it is. But the reason I put him first is because having his ultimate do physical damage, electro damage, I think is really unique between the characters. Most of them just do full-on elemental damage, but him having both and long-lasting, it's really useful. Now the only bad thing about him is you have to have him as the main DPS if you're gonna have him in your team, and he needs a lot of time on the field. But overall I think he does an insane amount of damage, super good burst, good recharge on his skills, and works really good with different support characters. Now I was gonna put Fischl first, we're gonna put her second for now. Now Fischl is really good, really strong overall. You want to have an Electro in your team, good elemental skill, good ultimate, puts a nice electro effect on the battlefield, and you can combine her really good with all different characters. So definitely either the first or the second favorite Electro. Third one is Keqing. Keqing is sword user, super fast, super quick, has a lot of good skills. She can teleport or charge or whatever you want to call it, and she can use an ultimate to do a nice AoE damage. Overall super strong. She's a 5-star character I think. So again, you can rank these top three however you want. Most people will probably put Keqing official before Razor, but I know how good Razor is, so I'm gonna put him first. Now the fourth one is Beidou, another great sword Electro user, also super strong. She has a really good ability that nobody else has, is the reflect and absorb damage and be able to deal it. Is super nice. Good damage overall, great sword user. I would put of course Razor over Beidou, but they're both different in their own way. Last is Lisa. Not much to say about Lisa. Her E skill isn't that fast, super slow animation. Q is decent, nice to put electro effect on the field, good overall like support to add electro effect or on the field, but that's about it. Now let's move on to Anemo. Trying to make this video fast, you guys don't have to wait long, so we're gonna go a little bit faster through the classes. Now when Anemo is obviously we're gonna have Venti. Now Venti is super strong. Both the elemental burst, ultimate, super strong, being able to pull enemies in and keep them out in the air. And if you can combine any other character with Anemo, and they will do a sword of effect and do increased damage. Super nice, super useful if you're fighting two different elements of enemies. You can just use the ultimate or any skills and they will just hit each other and do different elemental damage even without using your own different character. Super strong, good range, good damage overall. Has a lot of versatility by being able to fly up in the air combined with different characters, and overall just amazing character play, super unique skills, and being able to have B range is super strong. Vente's first, the second one in my opinion is Jean. Jean is also really strong when she's a healer, does good amount of damage. She has she's a sword user, so and she can throw you, basically throw enemies off edges or off cliffs, or however you want to do it. Super strong, good DPS healer to have. If I could have any other healer except Chi-Chi, I would definitely go for a G. Super good, and you can combine her to getting the swirl effect. Now the third one of the win, I'm gonna put Sucrose. Sucrose, kinda underrated, but is a super strong support character. Now, she can give elemental buffs to your team. You want to have her in your team to increase your damage overall. She can does a little bit pull, and when you use her elemental skills, she will do damage over time, and she will give you a damage buff to the other team members in your team. Super nice support character to have. Let's go. Now, next, I'm going to put Paimon, but this is actually a Traveler, because I only have a picture of one Traveler, but this is the Traveler, guys, okay? The Traveler, Anemo, I mean, I'm going to put in the last section. Decent, good swirl attacks. I think the Q, the ultimate, is not that great. It just throws enemies wherever it goes, and some enemies doesn't even get affected by it at all. So overall, the last on my list, basically. It's okay, it's decent. It is a Traveler, so it's nothing wow with the character. Let's go to Hydro. Now Hydro, we have Mona. Mona is the best. I love Mona. I think she's super strong character. There's some videos, I think, of her doing over 100k damage. If you obviously it's with buffs and combinations, but she can do over 100k damage with her ultimate. Like after they buffed her, she does insane damage with her elemental burst skill, and it is an AoE skill too, so she can pop out. I've seen some crazy numbers from Mona. The swim skill, where she can underground, is super nice to have, and if you use it on enemies, it actually spawns her elemental skill, which does an AoE damage too. So she has an aggro skill, which is super good. Definitely my second favorite character to get after Chi-Chi. So best Hydro in my opinion. Second is Barbara. Barbara is super good to have in my team currently. Really strong healer. She's more like a straight up healer. You can't build her as DPS a little bit, but just build her full HP build, and being able to be a full out healer is super nice. You can put like a Hydra effect with her E skill with your other characters, but overall can't go wrong with Barbara. I love my Barbara. I have her around doing her skills, healing my team. Works super nice. And then at the last we have, I think, Chinqui, however you want to call him. Chinqui is good sword user. I think his elemental skill kind of slow, long cooldown on it, but with ultimate is really nice. Brings some sword around him. He can actually heal. If you guys don't know, he actually has the ability to heal with the swords, and he can add the water effect on the other characters. Now all the water characters are super nice. You can't go wrong with that. I know this ranking, the whole ranking system is a little misleading, but they're super close to each other. They're good in their own way, but if I wanted characters, this is how I would put them. Now let's move on to the last one, which is the Geo. Now my Geo was a little bit hard to decide between, but I ended up on Noelle. Now Noelle, pretty decent to start, can help you a lot with healing as your secondary team in Spiral and so on. Put some good shields, has a really nice ultimate, but the stronger Noelle gets over time, the better gear and more constellation you get her, she can become one of the strongest characters in the game. She can solo all type of spirals later in the game. If you have all constellation, get an insane amount of attack. As with the shield combined with her ultimate. She can keep her ultimate going the whole time from any enemy that is down. Now at the start, it's good to have her for extra shield, extra healing, but if you keep gearing up later on, she becomes a total beast. Second one is Ningguang. Ningguang has a good skills, good reflection. She has a shield skill which will reflect and do some insane amount of damage. Not a shield, but like a barrier. She spawns a barrier. Super. That's a strong DPS overall, but Geo is kind of underrated. But if I have to rank Geo, this is how it would go, and then I will have the Traveler in the end. Now the reason I put Traveler in the end, if you guys haven't watched my Traveler video, is his skills are super buggy. Don't like it at all. Overall, he's just okay. Can do some good damage, but overall, it's just okay, decent. So that is my list. You guys can watch it again. It's all my elemental characters list. If you guys agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below. How would you rank different characters? Let me know. I will be making a full-on tier list later on. I want to make an elemental. I see nobody has made an elementor list, and it's nice to have like an elemental list. I'm saying elemental list, but I'm saying elemental list, you know, or ranking, whatever you want to call it, so you guys can kind of know what characters are preferred in your teams. Now there is a lot of 5 stars being first, of course, because they are 5 stars, but there's a lot of other characters that are really useful and strong characters that you guys can apply to your team. That is for my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.